Hey, hello guys, this is Karthik from executeautomation.com and this is part 7 of our Appium with Java video series. And in this part, we're going to start working with native applications using Appium. So before watching this part, I would request you to watch part 6 since this part will have some relationship with part 6. Alright, so working with native applications. So let's start automating the native Android app using Appium. So for doing that, again, you need to change the desired capabilities, identify the controls, and start writing the code. That's it. So let's not waste our time and flip to Eclipse. So this is the project which we worked in our last video of this video series. And now we are going to automate the native application. Again, for automating the native application, we have already developed a native application in Android app automation with Robotium video series of Execute Automation channel. So you can watch that video in YouTube and you can understand how the application can be developed. And we have also automated that application using Robotium. And we already discussed how painful it was while working with Robotium. And you can see how better it is in Appium, right? So let's not waste our time and start using the application. So the application which we written was a calculator application. So this is the calculator application which we wrote for Android. So let me quickly run this application and show you how the application looks like. So I'm going to select run as Android application, and this is the Visual Studio emulator that we are running, and I'm going to hit OK. So now you can see the application has opened in the emulator and you can perform some basic operations here like additions. Oops. Okay, 23 and 46, 456. If I do that, it just adds the number. If you hit subtract, it will subtract the number. If you hit multiply, it will multiply the numbers. Right? It's a very, very basic, simple calculator application which we developed in our Android app automation with Robotium series of execute automation channel, right? So we're going to automate this particular application and see how things works. So for identifying this control, we actually cannot use the UI automator since the UI automator does not support this particular applications, this particular Android emulator. So I can show you how the emulator will behave. So I can go to the emulator. Oops. And I can show you how things works. I think it's tools, and here you can use the UI automator viewer.bat. All right, so the UI automator is up and running. If I take a device screenshot, we'll see how it works. So it's taking much longer time than the Android SDK emulator. So it is still not making it because the UI automator viewer is still not trying to handshake with the latest Visual Studio emulator for Android. So instead of wasting our time, so this is my Android SDK window, and then I'm going to open the AVD manager. So this is my AVD manager, it just opened, and then I'm going to start this emulator and see how we can get the details using our UI automator. So let's see, just keep on booting right now. So we'll wait till the booting of the operating system is happening. So the operating system is still booting. We'll wait for the operating system to completely boot up. All right, so the operating system is completely booted, and I'm just going to unlock this, and I'm going to open the calculator application. So now we can use our UI automator to grab the details from the emulator. So it's just asking me which device to select. And now you can see that it's asking me the two devices. One is the emulator, which is already running. and the emulator which just opened right now. So I'm just going to select that particular emulator, and I'm going to grab the screenshot. And now you can see that it's obtaining the device screenshot, and also it got all the details. So I think the emulator is still not supported by UI Automate Reviewer. So let's grab the controls, IDs, and properties. So the ID is EDT number one, and this text box ID is EDT number two, and this is the radio button which has RD add, this is RD sub, and this is RD multiply. All right, so we'll keep on getting all these details and we'll start writing the code. So let's flip to Eclipse again, and here instead of writing this code which we are writing in our uh, browser application, I'm going to change this browser name first to what we call is the calculator application. So which is nothing but the app activity. So first you need to give the app activity. Again, I know what is the activity name of my application, which you can also see from the calculator application itself by using the source. So the activity name is actually main activity. So you can just pass that com.example.main activity, and then we need to also change the package name. So we need to first add that. So I'm going to set the capability of mobile capability type dot app package, and I know what is the package name. It is nothing but com dot example dot calculator, right? So that's it. And with these things done, the next thing I need to do is I need to set the same in my Appium server as well. So I'm going to open the Appium server, and I need to set the APK file. So I'm going to navigate to this particular application, and I'm going to take its APK file, and then I'm going to refer the path to my Appium server, because remember, in the Appium server we need to choose the application path while you're going to use any new applications which you're going to use. So since our application is not an out of the box application, we need to select the application path, which is nothing but the APK file path. So we have to select this. So I'm going to choose this, and we need to choose the APK files path. So the APK is actually sitting in this particular directory. So I'm going to go right here, and it is there in my calculator, and there is a bin folder, and here you can see there is a calculator.apk file, right? So we can choose this guy, and so I'm going to choose the calculator.apk. So I'm going to just copy this path, and I'm going to choose the path, give this path. So now you can see that it's automatically bringing me up my package name and the activity, the main activity, and everything else, right? Good. I think the activity is main activity, so it cannot be the one which we gave in the code. This one, maybe I just try to comment this code. If it doesn't work, then probably you can revert it back. So I'm just going to comment this code out. All right, and here these codes I'm going to fully delete them because we're not going to work with the web application. We're going to automate the native application. So now we'll start writing the code for each and every controls. So for that, again, I'm going to write some code, maybe a very simple code to type two values and then perform addition multiplication. That's it, right? So for that, first I'm going to grab the data entry operation for these two controls, which you can see in the emulator, these two controls, right? So again, these two controls identifying properties or right here. So we can work from this UI Automate Reviewer. So this is the ID. So I'm going to use this ID. I'm just going to copy this, and then let's start to write for EDT1. It's driver dot find element by ID, and this is the ID dot send keys of, maybe we'll pass 30, right? And then the next thing is edt2. For that, I'm going to copy the same code, and instead of edt no1, it is no2, I believe, right? All right, so we have passed two numbers, 30, maybe 40, and then I'm going to perform addition operation. So addition is by default it happens. So if you just type some values in the emulator, let's say like 30 and 40, you can see that it automatically adds here. So since it is automatically adding the value, we just need to get the controls property for the resultant, and then see what is the value it is coming for using the get text method. So for that, what I'm going to do is, let's go to the UI automated viewer, and here we have the txt result, right? So this is the ID for the result. So we'll just get this guy to make the code much simpler. So I'm just going to do a if condition, and if driver find element by ID of the result dot get text dot equals, so I'm just going to write in a single line, uh, is 70, then you just say the test got passed, else you say that the test got failed. That's it. So simple code, right? So now let's not waste our time and run the test and see what is the result actually coming. So it should open the calculator application right now. Yep. And then it should type 30 and 40 and see if the result is 70. All right. So the test got passed. So what are we passed here? In the system.out.println, it just came and the test got passed. So this is the simple way that you can write a native application using Appium. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video and have a great day.